Hey guys, welcome back to the MB Market channel. My name is Blakely Leonard. I hope you guys enjoyed our last video on the 1990 500 SL 6.0. Today we're going to be looking at some more cool cars, and we're here right outside of Atlanta at Blue Ridge MB with Jonathan. He's going to be giving us a little tour and sort of an in-depth at some of the cars that are currently here at the shop this week.
'Welcome guys, I say Jonathan here from Blue Ridge Mercedes. Glad to have you here and look forward to walking you around. And I think a great place to start would be this particular 85 500 SL European spec. Midnight blue, which is arguably one of the prettiest colors, and significant in a few ways. One, the lady who now owns it, it was a, I think, 20th anniversary wedding present from her husband, who ordered it for her, and he was clever enough to go ahead and spec out the pentas with springs, shocks, body kit, and a steering wheel on here, and just absolutely dropped it gorgeous. And being a Euro 500, does have the high compression engine with hotter cams, headers, everything. It's the one you want, and has only traveled 17,000 miles since then, since inception. So it is it's just perfection every which way. Uh, 1993 500E, at least that's what life started as. It was actually owned by Mr. Bob Snodgrass, the proprietor of Brumos, for quite a long period of time. Wheels, which are a little interesting because we have 18s in the front, 19s in the rear, which was, I guess, kind of the thing in that early 2000s. Chrysler was doing it with a Crossfire and a few other cars yet, so sort of a period modification, if you will. They put springs in, they did a modified valve body, they did the Rentec chip, the Rentec airbox, and springs, shocks, so some stuff to make it more interesting than it otherwise was. And of course the car went off to $2 million that year, well received, did well, and shortly, not too long after that, well, I guess in 07, Mr. Snodgrass passed, and this car came on the market. Moved inside the car. Few things that are of note that they did while modifying. To start, basically you can see pretty early that they took the wood that was otherwise burl, and they put a matte silver over all of it, and that's throughout, doors, center console, everything. And then since Brumos was primarily Porsche, you'll see there's a couple little Porsche emblems here. There's also one on the back in the middle of the star. Stereo is all very period. We're still XM radio. We're not even Sirius yet. It hadn't yet merged, and the Alpine was high end for 03, but not the world's most spectacular. Some other neat little touches. The shift knob is a giant piece of aluminum, which looks really cool and is interesting, but it does get really hot too, which I found is not the best. They did make up a set of gauges for this. Again, the whole white being pretty popular at the time. You got the little Brumos badge down low, which makes it unique. Touch on some well-known folks here, but of course Petrolicious was kind enough to do the piece on the wagon for us back in 2017 for AMG's 50th. That was a wonderful experience, and she's still with us and will be for a very long time yet, so I'm sure y'all are familiar with her story. But of course, 1 of 1, 6-liter quad cam, and yeah, everything a Hammer should be, just fortunate enough to have it in wagon format, which makes it all the better. And then next to her is the coupe version, also built, AMG North America car, ordered through Andy Cohen though at Beverly Hills Motoring Accessories, and this was for a client by the name of Joe Galdi, who I've spoken with since. He's real nice guy, and gave us some neat little stories we could share at a later date. And but yeah, so again, 6-liter, 124 coupe, everything, suspension, differential. This one actually got Recaros too, which is nice. The seat upgrade is never a bad thing, and yeah, works really well. We had the wagon out for Pebble, the 2017. Y'all might recognize this one from some of Blakely's photos and stuff on his Instagram, but she's down here for some sorting through and getting made right, put in order. But one of one, much like the blue wagon, but a later iteration, the full 6-liter conversion. This also happens to be 4MATIC, which makes it quite something. But brakes, suspension, diffs, everything, the full RS wide body, just done spectacularly. And yeah, no, a phenomenal car that will be more phenomenal once we're done with it. Sort of continuing the Rentec theme we have going here right now. We've got 2 more examples of note. On the bottom, 560 SEC, fairly late, looks stock for the most part, but an interesting that it does have a 6-liter single overhead cam, along with diff and suspension and all that good stuff. Here for a good bit of love, but we'll get her there. I think it's didn't get used for a long time, and perhaps some of the folks who were trying to fix it maybe didn't know quite what they were doing. But yeah, she's in good hands now, so we'll get it there. And above, on top, is my fun little Rentec piece, SL 700. Hartmut was kind enough to infer that it was the last of the 3, in which case it was likely more a 7.2 than a 7.0, which doesn't make me sad. But 540-ish horsepower NA out of the M120. No cats, no resonator, just exhaust, so it sounds glorious. I call it my poor man's Pagani because it's close. And yeah, she's awesome. Got links in the rear, got brakes all around, Alcon full floating, in the front, 6-piston, full carbon fiber interior, which was, money back in 1994. So before carbon became quite as ubiquitous as it is now. And yeah, only 40,000 miles.